is a frog and everything is green. Or if you prefer, everything is in space and time is the same as everything exists in space and everything exists in time. If everyone is tired and grumpy, then everyone is tired and everyone is grumpy. It's all the same argument pattern. And I think we all agree this is obviously true. So we're going to prove it. Double-headed arrow. That's an immediate rule, which is good because there's no other choices, so I'm going to do that either way. Right. For all, everything is a frog in green. 2. From that, we're going to try to prove everything is a frog and everything is green. And if we assume everything is a frog and everything is green, we're going to show everything is a green frog. Now, amongst other things in this proof, it's kind of interesting that this is going to take 16 steps to prove something that seems to be like, duh. Like, you put it in English and it's just obviously true. And it just, maybe this is a bad thing about natural deduction, or maybe it just shows that the logic we're using every day is a lot more complicated than we thought. I can't think of many systems that are well behaved and well designed that let you do this particular proof quickly, but in common sense, it just seems really obviously true. Okay. So while I'm talking, you've probably done some of this proof already. I'm going to do this top part. This, we're going to wait for more information, it's a universal, but this is a conjunction. So that means we're going to have to prove the parts of it. I'm going to try to prove that part there. By 6. We'll make up a bit more room, and up here, try to prove this part here. So from 6 and 7, I'm just going to join the two together. How do I prove everything is green? That's a universal. I'm going to have to introduce that universal from somewhere. I'm going to have to use a new letter. We haven't used any letters yet, so that's good. I guess in our last couple of proofs we used A and B, so I'm going to call this one C. You can call it A if you like, I don't mind. Just to remind you, you can use whatever letter you like. It's a new letter. So if we know nothing about it and Chris is still green without knowing anything about Chris, then that pretty much tells us everything is green. That's our universal rule. How do we get that Chris is green? Well, now we've got a letter in there, we can stick it into our assumption. That assumption says everything is a frog and green, so that certainly tells us Chris is a frog and green. That comes from 2. We got rid of that universal, now we had a plan. And now from F, C, and GC, we have to get to GC. Chris is a green frog, so she's green. From 9, we're just going to break down that conjunction. Okay, next thing, we want to prove that as a general rule, everyone's a frog. We're going to do this by picking an arbitrary person we know nothing about. We already know stuff about Chris, so we can't use Chris again. Belinda. We haven't talked about Belinda yet in our proof. So if we know nothing about Belinda except she's a frog, then we can safely say everyone's a frog. Okay. We know nothing about Belinda, and look, we can still prove she's a frog. That tells us everyone's a frog. So from 10, we're going to introduce a universal. Now, you can see what's probably going to happen here. We've got some more information. Belinda exists. Everyone is a frog and green. From 2. If everyone's a frog and green, that tells us Belinda is a frog and green, so Belinda is a frog. Oops, elimination. Okay, so the first half was just a matter of creating new letters using our universal introduction, then substituting them into our top, and breaking down the conjunctions. Let's see if the same technique applies here. Everyone's a green frog.